He truly is our most evil adversary. Adversary? He's a dick.
Belgium. Oh, you know, the license plates I think have red text on them. They're always blurred, but you can kind of make out the red sometimes, so you can kind of guess. So also very small. Whatever. C tier. Bulgaria, pretty cool country. Gotta read Cyrillic, but they also have it in not in Cyrillic sometimes. So that's good. That should be Roman characters, American. So bear with me. I like Bulgaria. Put it up here. Croatia is... I usually do pretty well with Croatia, too. Also pretty country. They have mild curiosity to visit me someday. Fun city names. Just take a minute to go through Croatia and look at some of these names. They got some fun ones. A tier. And what the hell else is gonna go in S tier? Certainly not Czech Republic. That's just like pretty much the whole country looks the same. And I read the language and it's like, is that Czech? Is that like Slovakian? It's just like so confusing. Probably D tier. Denmark, also very It's like impossible to region guess. I never guess in the right region. D tier. Estonia. Don't get it very often. Small country. Can tell with the language usually. Otherwise, I don't know how to tell it apart. I think there's something with like the islands. C tier. Speaking of islands, Faroe Islands, incredibly cool country. Not the most interesting from a Geoguessr perspective for guessing. It's really like, is it the Faroe Islands or is it Iceland? But usually you can tell with the vegetation. B tier for Faroe Islands. Finland is I've got a little bit of bias towards the Scandinavian. I'm gonna say B for Finland. These are big countries that got like, you know, different looking places, and I like north places also. Biased. So let's see where I'm thinking of. So we got Sweden. Sweden I have to biasly put in S tier because my girlfriend is part Swedish, and I went there last year and it was very fun. So this is not Geoguessr based at all, but usually I do pretty well with it in Geoguessr too. I mean, I guess European countries in general, but I feel like the Scandinavian countries are quite good with their like road signage, and you can see like the number of the road, even if it's a smaller road, and there's kind of a general scheme for how the roads are numbered. So maybe not so much in Finland, but Sweden and Norway. I'm gonna put both of those in A tier. Well, Norway or S tier though. Norway would go in A tier. Norway can be confusing sometimes. You're like, that's got to be really far north, and then it's actually just not that far north. Where the fuck is Norway? There it is. A tier. France. Oh, France is F tier because you don't know where you are, and their roads. So you have road numbering system. Good lord. Germany is fine. It's pretty good. They released a lot more coverage for like a couple years ago. Whatever. C tier. Gibraltar, I have never even had. I don't think specifically. Would have to. No, I can't even put it up there. I'm gonna leave it down here. Greece. Cool country again to look at. The mountainous landscapes, got lots of cool islands. Tell where you are because language is Greek and that's identifiable. B tier, I usually do pretty well with Greece. Hungary, distinctly identifiable language because their words on average are like 32 characters long and like 7 of them have accents on it. Otherwise, it's a very meh country for Geoguessr. C tier. Wait, what'd I just do? Wait, Hungary. This is not Hungary. That's Iceland. What? What is this? What is that? This is Iceland, not Hungary. Iceland, but I'm probably gonna put in the same category. You can pretty easily identify it. Hard to really like nail it completely. And but it's like still okay because you're gonna get a lot of points for it. C tier, Ireland. Went there in 2024, first trip to Europe, very cool. Hard to region guess again, kind of looks all the same. C tier, is this just how I feel about Geoguessr in general? No. Gotta be better. Isle of Man is silly, like their flag. E tier. Italy, cool, different places. You got mountains, and then you got not mountains in the Mediterranean. This one's pretty good. I'm gonna put in an A, B tier. Jersey is is it a UK controlled island? I don't really know who has sovereignty of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. You got Jersey and Guernsey, and I don't think Guernsey is in this list or in Geoguessr, but what the hell is this? Latvia. Each of the Baltic countries are probably going to be about the same. And I think I put Estonia in C. I'm going to put Lithuania in B. I haven't talked about bollards in 25 minutes into this video. The bollards, the road bollards, which those of you in the US might not immediately know about road bollards, but anywhere else in the world, I think more or less. Well, nah, it's more so like not in the Americas. Lithuania is identifiable because they have like an orange sticker or whatever it is on the top of the road bollard, and that particular shade is not really used anywhere else. So I usually do quite well with Lithuania. I'm gonna put it in B. No, I'm gonna put it in A tier because whatever at this point. Liechtenstein, Lamau, again, tiny country. Have I had Liechtenstein? Wait, have I even had it? Is this in Geoguessr? I mean, I can think of Luxembourg, Lamau, small country, is gonna be B tier, but I don't know that I've had Liechtenstein. Malta, Lamau, again, this is just the Lamau category, F tier, because it's uninteresting to get in Geoguessr. Monaco, you get dropped in like one place in the Bay of Monaco, and that's the only time you ever see it. Netherlands, lots of things to help you identify it. Just the Dutch language, pretty much guaranteed to see some sort of bike path next to you or some generic Dutch street lined with particular trees and like a trench on one side of the road for water to go through, and then yellow license plates everywhere. B tier. North Macedonia, I don't get that very often, and I don't do very well with it. Got a distinct bollard. C tier. Poland, very hard to read because Poland's one of the more infuriating ones. That's C tier. Portugal is feel very mid on it. No particular meta. It's just language reading again, generally. D tier. Romania. Romania's an interesting one. I do pretty well with these. The language is, I don't know exactly what to say about Romanian, because sometimes it almost looks like it's like Spanish or Italian, but then you can tell, like, wait, those two letters together are strange. But they've got also some quite good road signage to help you see whereabouts you might be. I put Romania in A tier. I have 2 countries in S tier right now. I need to maybe like reconsider some of these. San Marino is just stop. F tier. Serbia. Serbia's okay. Just the general area of Central Southern Europe looking somewhat similar, maybe not necessarily. C tier, Slovakia and Slovenia. Slovakia is kind of tough. But again, kind of maybe being able to read the language, not necessarily read it, but just like see it and see the characters and be like, alright, I know I'm in this part of Europe just based on the way this language looks. C tier, Slovenia, C tier, because why not? Spain's pretty good. Spain's a fun one to guess. You know what? I like Spain. Another country where I feel like I do pretty well, and it's got lots of different environments. There's no real meta necessarily for Spain, at least not that I'm aware of, except for, I guess, the Poles, some of the Poles. I'm going to put Spain in S tier, actually. Switzerland, it's got, I didn't talk about this with Japan, but Switzerland and Japan, I think, are the only countries that have what they call low cam. I think it's due to some sort of privacy restriction. The cameras can only be so high mounted up on the car, unlike the rest of the world, so you can kind of somewhat tell, but sometimes you load in and it's like, this doesn't look any different in height, and it's very confusing. C tier. Turkey is S tier, actually, as well. Different landscapes, some cool looking places, good coverage, good camera quality, which goes for a lot of it. They've just updated some good road signage sometimes. I like trying to region guess Turkey, it's fun. Ukraine is difficult. I never really try to put much effort into figuring out where I am in Ukraine, so this is D tier. The UK is just go find the nearest roundabout and look for road numbers and take it from there. D tier. Canada is fun. I'm probably also gonna put this in S tier. It's another one where I kind of like trying to region guess it. There's some meta for narrowing down provinces right off the bat, like aside from just like looking at it and being like, okay, this isn't Ontario. Canada's a good one. They need more. Give us more. Oh my god, how do I scroll up? How do I scroll up to S tier? Jesus. Needs more Yukon coverage. Costa Rica added fairly recently. Got it a couple times, not a huge fan of it. But I put that in D tier. Curacao in D tier for similar reasons, although you can identify Curacao a little bit more, I think, with the car. I think that's identifiable. Dominican Republic, similar part of the world, similar logic. It's C tier. It's also got the bracket on top of the car, as well as Guatemala. I'm gonna put that in C tier as well. They are similar countries. Greenland is, you can usually tell just based on the landscape, but it's unless you're in the capital of Nuuk, it's pretty difficult. You lose a lot of points in Greenland, but it's kind of entertaining to try and pick the random city. I'm gonna put in B tier. Mexico's pretty good. I enjoy Mexico. A tier. I think the meta there is that the license plates are like different widths, can be different widths. Yeah, that's fun. Panama, also fairly new, fairly whatever. E tier, I'm uninspired. Puerto Rico, also uninspiring, can generally figure out that you're there because the speed limit signs look like they are American, but then there's like Spanish language and it's not the United States. The United States is the United States.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
And is a very frustrating country to region guess oftentimes. for multiple reasons, I'm going to put United States in. U.S. Virgin Islands, I don't... No, I do kind of remember that, I think it's got, like, the red Google car, I think? American Samoa, all these, like, small islands ones, I don't know that I'm going to put up here, because, the good lord, Northern Mariana Islands, they all have their own kind of distinct car, and you can tell it's an island country. I'd probably all put them in, like, C or D tier if I was, but I'm just not even going to click on them. Australia is also a good... I do enjoy Australia as well, although it's difficult. I'm not very good with Australia. I am going... Do I need to, like, out of the page here? God. I'm going to put Australia in S tier as well. I don't do very well with it necessarily, but it's fun to try and region guess through Australia. New Zealand... I also enjoy New Zealand quite a lot too. Pretty easy. There's a way of like the image is saturated. Just the colors, they pop a little bit differently in New Zealand. You can sometimes just tell. And I want to go there someday. S tier. Guam. I'm gonna keep it lumped in with these other island countries that I feel the same about. Argentina comes up a lot in Geoguessr. It has a little bit of a problem with some repeat countries sometimes, but there are some maps that I think are better curated for that not to happen. But Argentina's a good country. It's got a lot of different landscapes there. I can't really think of much meta before. There was like this black Google car that they've updated a lot of it, so you can't tell anymore. Little challenge. I like Argentina's A. Bolivia hasn't been updated in a long time, and that's usually the way that you can tell it's Bolivia. B tier. Brazil is the only country where I've actually tried to memorize area codes, because Brazil is a hard country otherwise. And there are a surprising number of like businesses and like small places that you wouldn't think be like advertising an area code or something like that, but they do have it there. It's very kind of them. It's difficult, but I do kind of like that aspect of Brazil, using that information. I'm gonna put it in A tier. That's probably a hot take, but whatever. Chile, Chile I really like. I do pretty well with it again, and got desert at the top, and the further south you go, the more green it gets, and then it gets like mountainous and snowy, and that's really cool. I like the gradient going north to south here. Can't be any gradient east to west, but it's like 2 miles wide. I'm gonna put it in S tier. Colombia, yellow license plates. That's all you need to know in Spanish, and potentially black Google car. B for Colombia. Ecuador is how do you identify Ecuador? They sometimes have bollards, which is like just pretty distinct in South America. Sometimes I get confused. Ecuador, C tier. This is basically just almost like the bigger the country, the higher up it. Kinda. Whatever. Last couple, Peru. Often has the the black Google car, but it has white Google car, I think, in some places. Pretty fun country to guess through. Different landscapes. I'm gonna put it in. But then it's like, it's got to be northern Peru, and then it's just southern Peru, and then vice versa, and it becomes annoying. I'm gonna put it in B tier. The last one here, finally, Uruguay. It's just, I don't know what it is. There's something about like the camera quality and the colors and the grass. You just load in and you're like, it's Uruguay, and chances are you're probably correct. I'm gonna also put it in C tier to make this just a little bit bigger. I'd go through and like maybe reorder these a little bit if this video wasn't so goddamn long, but this is clearly like 2 20-minute parts now. I get through a lot of clips here, so that's fun. Video is probably frankly just a mess, but you're mostly here to see the clips anyways, so it's fine. Maybe more ranking videos still to come in the future. I didn't think I was gonna do any more, and then there was this one that was just so clearly obvious, so Who knows? Alright, see you in 2027.